Hey, how are you doing? If this is the first time you're watching my content, my name is Besides and I'm a Challenger League of Legends coach. I have over 3,000 of hours of individual coaching working with Grandmaster, Master Tier, Diamond players and players from Bronze, Silver and Gold. Remember that the content that you're watching right now is a premium high quality content that people book only with me. If you are Bronze, Silver, Gold and you want to get higher, or maybe you're Diamond or Platinum and you would like to get Master Tier, Challenger, if you want to fix all of your mistakes, improve, get better and climb, you can book your own personalized one-on-one coaching session with me at besides.com and start the climbing instantly. The link is down below. If after the session you did not improve at least 10 times harder, 10 times more than you expect, you will get a full refund within 14 days without any questions being asked. Are you ready to get better in the game that you love and get your gameplay to the next level? What are you waiting for? I'm looking forward to working with you. I'll see you in the session. What's going on, guys? Besides here, and into this video we will be analyzing the gameplay of the best AD carry in China. He has picked around 2000 LP on the super server. I'm very excited to see what tricks and advanced secrets he uses to win and destroy his enemies. So if you're looking to learn and improve your gameplay, this is the video for you. In this video we will cover wave management, lane advanced tactics, recall timings, macro rotations and more. So make sure you stick till the end if you wanna learn. So starting the game, right here he plays Ezreal with the Karma. So normally Ezreal is a pretty good champion with a poke support, especially because remember guys, he plays in China, meaning that his ping is well around 30 around 40. As we can see, he's playing on 30 ping, which means his gameplay is going to be his Ezreal is going to be a little bit more like a little bit better than, let's say, you play in NA and you have 60 ping, of course, because he has a really good mechanics and he can actually display those by having less ping, by having the opportunity to just use the reaction timing more. So right here he tries to push the laning phase. Obviously guys, if you are looking to win the laning phase, whether you play mid or bot lane, it's really important to get the push, really important to get priority. This is what he's going to do right here. We can see that he's walking up, he's pushing, and right now he's trying to also poke after he had pushed the wave. He's playing really aggressive because he does have a Karma, so he's constantly trying to push, and as he's pushing, as he's getting the control of the wave, as we can see right here, he's trying to punish, he's trying to poke. Right now he's just going to build a slow push. He probably wants to do the tactic 3 waves into crush, which is a pretty good tactic in this lane, since this is a poke wave management tempo lane, meaning that this is not a kill lane. It's just, oh, he goes in, don't tell me he's going to get a kill again already. Oh my god, so he gets a kill at level 2 with Ezreal, extremely aggressive. He didn't even use the heal, and right now he uses the heal, he kites really well, he wears the brush right now. This is just, so he has 1 kill already, 2 minutes in the game. This is China, extremely aggressive. He's probably just going to push the wave and then go for the recall. Right here he most likely just gets Sheen and refillable potion. He can also go for the tier, longsword, refillable potion, it's really up to him. Usually if you want to play really aggro, you can just go Sheen and play from there. If you want to play scale and aggro at the same time, then you can go longsword, tier, obviously for that little extra scaling ability. So right now we can see that he actually gets, the wave is pushing into him first of all. Second of all, he just get a kill and he has really good items, so they are kind of screwed on bot lane. It is true that Zeri Soraka is a pretty bad lane, so to be honest with you guys, I mean, this lane is not that hard of a lane. So what did he do to win this? First of all, he actually pushed constantly. He constantly hit the minions and constantly queued the minions to get prio. Second of all, he tried to get level 2 advantage, and after level 2 advantage, he zoned them away and he tried to really poke aggressively. So that's basically what he did here. Nothing too crazy. Right now he's trying to push the wave. Obviously in this position the wave was coming into him, so he could have also frozen. The reason why he's not freezing is because he's really confident that he can survive ganks, and he knows that he knows how much he can punish. Look at this, he knows how much he can punish the Soraka and the Zeri if he pushes. So guys, I don't recommend you to do this at home. If you have a freeze into your tower, you can just freeze, but if you're confident that you're not going to die into ganks like here for example, then you can push, because you know pushing is going to facilitate you getting more kills and getting more like a bigger advantage. Right now, because of he forced this, we can see that Talon was coming also on the bot lane, and right here the trade is actually pretty good. The Talon, if he's smart, he's just going to push out the wave, just because the wave is kind of screwed in this position. Ezreal can consider going mid lane. Let's see if he actually goes mid lane. So if it was me, I will actually pet mid lane in this position because his wave is very pushed on bot lane, and we can see that Ryze is playing like extremely aggressive on the mid side. So definitely he could like try to make something happen there. He just decides to go for a safer play, which is always good because I mean, you know, when you play AD carry, you want to go for the safe play. So this is actually smart that he did that. He just could have looked mid lane because maybe if the Ryze was a little bit more aggressive, he could have just pet mid. Then he knew that the wave was coming into him bot lane, so then he could have just gone mid, get the kill mid, then instantly E over the wall and go bot lane. I'm really wondering if he's going to really push right here. Theoretically, he should push because he's not gankable by the Karthus, just because Soraka doesn't have any setup right here. So the reason why he's not gankable is because he has EZ, so he's going to just push it. So we can see again he had the wave slow push into him, but he decided to not let it go through, not to freeze, and constantly is going to push. Notice that he's using a lot of Qs on the minions, something that even when I play in like Diamond or even sometimes in Master Tier, by people that they don't know Ezreal very well, they don't use the Q on the minions. Remember guys, you get 10% attack speed if you Q on the minion. Every single time when you have a stack, you can get 5 stacks. So we can see that this guy is using the Q constantly on the minions, so he can get minimum 3 stacks of his passive, and he's trying to constantly push because when you play Ezreal, when you play Varus, when you play Senna, when you play, you want to push, because if you push, you're basically going to allow yourself to poke more aggressively and easier. So right now this is why he's pushing. I don't think he's going to be gankable. Karma went a little bit too aggressive right here. Let's see if he's going to. So he's going to kite really well. I'm wondering if he's going to really get a kill here in advance. He's kiting really well. He's probably going to use his E very soon. Zoe is coming. Tries to kite E over the wall at the last second. Notice how confident he is because he knew that the Ryze doesn't have W, which means he can actually play extra more aggressive. Yeah, awesome. Overall, like Karma stepped a little bit too forward right there, but I mean, since you can't really control your support, it is what it is. Zoe is going to fish for a bubble here again, so he's probably going to look to get level 6 here, and then after that he's going to try to go into a brush, try to ulti someone and get them low. Zeri, if she's smart, I don't think she's going to recall. Let's see if she is actually smart. I do not think that she actually go recall. Well, the thing is, yes, it's a cannon wave, so she actually has time to go base. The Zeri can actually E on a wall, like on the base wall. Exactly, so she didn't recall, so she's smart. Because if you recall, you're going to lose like 60% of the wave, plus your jungle is getting invaded. We can see it on the minimap. So recalling here is pretty bad, because you're going to lose too much on Zeri. Even though you can argue that she can use E over the base wall and get really fast on the bot lane. In this position, it was actually better for her to stay. I mean, it's obviously, this is China super server high elo, so she knew that she has to stay. If she was like 50 HP or 60 HP or really low, then she would have just recalled, but in this position she actually didn't. Beautiful, he gets all of them, and we can see that he's kind of ignoring the fight right here, trying to E in, heal the Talon. This was a pretty good play. Notice how confident he was, ulting 3 people right there, trying to not really follow the fight because he just ulted, he focused on the minions. As we can see right here, he doesn't feel forced to move there. He looks at the fight, but he's not too close to him, so he just prioritizes farm, which is something that is really important to consider when you play AD carry, prioritizing farming. Of course, he would follow if it was closer to him or if he didn't have the minions right here. But usually, you wanna play for farm because farm is something that you can get every single game. So he has almost 2k gold, 20 CS up, so he's kinda smashing high elo in China right now. Soraka is 0-3. Kinda hard for them to win. Theoretically, Zeri scale is relatively good. The thing is, if you think about it, like usually when you talk about scaling, you have to take a look at the dynamic of the champion. So you have to compare the champion in a vacuum, Ezreal versus Zeri or Vayne versus Kog'Maw. But you also have to take a look and try to think, hey, who is Ezreal going to hit? How good is Ezreal in the enemy team composition? Can the enemy team hit Ezreal? Because if you think about it, Ezreal doesn't scale that well usually. Zeri scales better. But if you think about it, Ezreal against Jax, really good. Ezreal against Karthus, really good because you can kite. Ezreal against Soraka, like Soraka can't touch the Ezreal ever again, right? So Ezreal is actually super good in this team composition, especially because he also has the Karma. He has a really good wave clear. The enemy team doesn't have a way to touch the towers because they have kind of low range. So Ezreal in this particular team composition, Ezreal outscales Zeri. So even though Zeri is theoretically a little bit better in terms of scaling, Ezreal is better in terms of scaling. Again, not because of the champion, not because the champion is better in scaling, but just because the team composition allows him to scale better. Because Zeri is just going to hit Talon and Zoe, and so it's so hard for Zeri to do stuff. Like, how can you hit Talon? He's just going to go on you and then one-shot you. And then Aatrox is also like, Zeri against Aatrox is also going to have like a rough time, but Ezreal against Jax, let's be honest, he can just kite it, he can just like play slow and just E away. It's really easy to play. So if you guys, oh, another kill? Okay, so Draka is trolling right there. I think right now they are pretty tilted because he's playing really aggressive. He's trying to bully them, pushing. So the thing is, in this team composition with Zeri Soraka, if you give priority, the problem that the enemy team did right here, the issue and the reason why they actually lose the lane, because right now he's going to just get the tower. This is because they lost the push. They lost the push at level 1 because they lost the push at level 1. Right now Cardos is really dead. WQ auto finish him off, E away, so he makes sure he doesn't get poked down till the lethal range. So right now he's not really going to get Cardos ulted. Just going to push and most likely recall and then maybe go mid lane. That's what I will do right here. He wouldn't really like to follow Talon because it's bad tempo. He doesn't like to waste time. He just wants to siege Caitlyn, Ezreal, maybe even Jhin. Those are 3 champions that they can siege a bit earlier than, you know, Vayne. If you play Vayne and you go mid right now, you're kinda inting. But if you play Ezreal or Caitlyn and you go mid at one item, it's okay, especially if you're really strong like this, especially if you're ahead like this. So this is definitely not a bad thing. So he just goes on the mid lane. He's just probably going to like run to like the rise. I don't think he's going to go for wolves. I don't think he's going to. Okay, so right now Zeri had pushed the wave, so he obviously needs to E. I hope he's going to Q the Yules. I would Q the Krugs right here. Let's see if he does it. Oh, he doesn't do it, really? Okay, interesting. Wow, this is something that high elo players always do, or you know, most of the cases do. When they don't have E, they try to use the Q on buffs, on camps. Why? It's because if you Q the buff, you're going to decrease the cooldown of your E, right? So meaning that if you E and then you Q the Krug and you Q the golems, let's say 3 times, you actually decrease your cooldown of the E by a lot. Right now he knows that he's really strong, so he has absolutely no reason to keep pushing bot lane. Yes, if he was playing Vayne, or if he was playing something that is better in side lane, something that he wants to scale, he would have pushed on more. But because he's playing Ezreal, with Caitlyn, with Jhin, with people that are good like sieging, grouping with the team, you can group a little bit earlier than, you know, if you play, let's say you play a champion that like does scale really well. I guess Vayne is the best example right here, because she really doesn't like to do this. She really doesn't like to do this those kind of like rotations. But right now he's really strong. He's playing Ezreal. He has 1 item and a half, and he's just going to bully the Cardos. So as you guys can see, any champion can carry. Usually Ezreal is a really bad champion if you are in silver or bronze, or he's really fun. So I do recommend you, if you really love Ezreal, you guys can definitely play him. But if you really wanna improve, he's not that good of a champion, because he's really mechanical champ, and you probably won't be able to use all of his tricks mechanically, because you have to be really fast. And in addition of that, things like ping, like having a high ping, or things like you're not really as fast as you should be, those things can hold you back. But as you can see, even on AD carry, even on a champ like Ezreal, if you perform, if you're really good, you can always win. So people think that, you know, those champions, they really matter. Like, hey, what is the best champ in the meta? It doesn't really matter. There are people that play Mordekaiser that are in master tier. Mordekaiser is really fucking bad as a champion. Or there are players that play right now, I don't know, Syndra AD carry, Syndra AP carry. Syndra is really bad AP carry. They are still like Diamond 1 master tier, which is not like that big of a high elo. It's not challenger or anything crazy, but it's still you can also like still notice that you can climb with basically anything. Obviously there are some specific champions that are going to be better if you want to improve. For example, you can just play, you know, on AD carry. Ashe is really good in the meta. It's awesome champion. I do recommend to each of you, if you're, whether you're diamond, master tier, platinum, silver, bronze, Ashe is amazing. You can check u.gg to get like an idea on the best builds. For mid lane, Annie, Fizz, they are very, very good. Top lane, Garen, Shen, Malphite, they're very good. Jungle, you can play Volibear. Like, there are so many champs that are good, but that doesn't mean if you don't play Ashe, for example, and you play Ezreal, you can't climb. You can do it. It's just going to be a little bit hard. So sticking up on the game, notice that he actually gets a Ruby Crystal, which is like super interesting and super good, because he has lots of damage. He knows it, and just getting one more Ruby Crystal is just going to mean that he's just going to be more durable inside of the team fights, which means that he's going to do more damage. So very, very funny enough, Ruby Crystal getting HP on Ezreal means he has more damage. Why? is because he can E forward more aggressively because of the fact that he has more HP and people can't one-shot him that easy. So then this means that getting HP on Ezreal is actually getting damage, you know? So this is basically why he's taking the Rubik. It's an extremely smart thing. So you should always, guys, if you play the game, should always be creative with the builds and not like tunnel vision, as in, oh, you should always get AD on the AD. No, sometimes you can get like some HP if the next item allows you to get some HP. We can see how clean he is in terms of his skill shot. So he's like, even when I'm watching like double lift or like, people just miss some cues, right? But when I'm watching Koreans and Chinese players, and especially this guy, he's just really good. So right now this is a pretty much stomp, 15 minutes. So let's recap a little bit. So he won the lane really hard. He stomped them completely by trying to push the lane aggressively. He tried to constantly hit the minions, use the Q on the minions. He actually worded very well. So he made sure that after he was pushing it, as he was pushing, he didn't get ganked. Again, remember guys, don't do this at home. If you don't know where is the enemy jungle and you know that he could be bot lane and he might gank you, it's better to actually, you know, look to freeze and not try to push the lane aggressively. But if you know where is the jungle and you know that you can bully them by poking them under the tower, or if you know that you can get plates, you can always look to consider pushing. So this is how he destroyed this lane. He just pushed and he facilitated the karma to actually be able to poke aggressively. They just FF. So this is basically the video. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe on my channel, and if you want more of this content, let me know if you like this. Let me know what other champions, maybe you want me to analyze Bfang or Faker or like any other play, maybe some Reckless, maybe you want me to analyze other champions. Let me know. I would definitely love to hear your suggestions. Let me know if this was helpful, and don't forget about the coaching. If you really want to get better and you want to get to higher elo or just want to improve your gameplay, you can book your personalized coaching. Link in the description. I already helped around 3,000 of people achieving their goals. So if you want to also achieve your goals, you can always book a personalized coaching and instantly achieve your goal. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.